Hi guys, my name is Isabella Greene. Continuing on the subject of twin flames, today I would like to share with you an extraordinary story about the twin flame connection after death. Not many people discuss this or share this kind of information online because not many people have an opportunity to observe the twin flame couple prior to their departure and then after. So here's their story. A few years ago, I received a request to work with a couple who met later in life. They were in their early to late 60s when they first met, and they met after they already had their long lives together separately with the families and other partners, and then suddenly they met. And when they met, they had that what we know as the twin flame recognition, and it was so powerful that that was one and the only thing that the man remembered after having a stroke. So they met and recognized each other, and the connection was so magnetic and so powerful. And then the man had a stroke and he literally disappeared for 2 years. For 2 years he was not able to do anything or remember anything. But when his memory returned, the only thing that he remembered was meeting that woman. And he didn't know her name. In his mind, he forgot her name. He forgot where they met or anything about her. So, but he remembered her. He remembered that soul connection. And so he started searching and searching, and he found her again. And from that moment on, they were together for 10 years. When I worked with them, I observed the complete merge of the souls. Twin flames are really easily recognizable if you have the eye to see, because when you look at two people, they kind of merge into each other. A lot of people in this day and time fall in love, and they think that that's their twin flame, and they talk about it and believe it strongly. When you look at those two people, and you can see that there's nothing there. It's just another love story, or it's just another love connection, but that true merge of the soul, oneness of the soul is visible in twin flame couples. And here with this couple, I could see it very clearly. And the longer I knew them, and I got to work with them for about 5 years, the longer I knew them, the longer or the stronger that visual became. It got to the point that when I did sessions for one, I could not tell whether it was him or her because they were so intertwined. It was literally one unit, one energetic field. When I did sessions, energy adjustments for them in person, I could see how the soul stream literally came down and was distributed into 2 different vessels, 2 different physical containers. But then when the 2 containers were sitting next to each other, you could see that one energy field that they shared. So that is the true twin flame connection. Everything else that people talk about, oh, I met my twin flame because I got the, tingles or remembrance of past lives, and that's it. I always question those things, including my own story. I question everything every day, because you have to see that to really know that it is the true connection, it is the true merge. Deviating here for a moment, recently I observed a couple, a group of us were in the same place together, and I observed a couple, 2 people that didn't know each other walk into the room, and the entire group observed and noticed. We all looked at each other like, whoa, they're the same person. You can see that that is the same soul. it is the same person distributed into two separate vessels. This is what the twin flame connection really is. And so after 10 years of being together and going through tremendous amount of learning and growing and incredible love, the love that these two shared was something so rare. I have not really witnessed anything like that ever before, especially in that age group. But they were like teenagers in love, so in love. It was mind-blowing and so inspiring just to be with them or next to them. So at some point we made an agreement, because the man was in a situation where his health was kind of going, and he was getting older and older, and he was really tired of life. And at some point he requested that we make a soul contract for him to depart in 5 years. His desire was really to retire out of earth, but he wanted to stay these 5 years to have a quality experience, to continue that love with her. And so we actually went ahead and made a soul agreement for 5 years. And we all forgot about that, and they went on into their journey. And then she called me recently and she said that he passed away. The way he passed away was clearly a fulfillment of that contract, because he had 3 consecutive heart attacks within 1 week, one after the next. And then he said, don't you guys understand? This is my time. This is my contract is up, and I'm going no matter what, just like I requested. And so he departed. And his partner asked me to contact him and to connect with him. The thing is that when people go into this super incredible grief of separation, of loss, the physical loss of the presence that you have 24 hours a day with you, all of the ability to see and communicate, to hear each other from other dimensions becomes blocked. She was unable to hear him because her grief was so great. At the same time, she was observing physical symptoms in the house of his presence, that things would move, the objects would move, the dog was clearly like staring into space, communicating with something or responding to something, and she knew that he was there, but she could not connect, she could not really feel his presence or hear him. So she asked me to assist her at that time until she was recovering, so she could gain her own access to him in a spiritual plane. So when I did this session to connect with him and to ask him questions and to see how he was doing, and to see also what was going on with them as the twin couple separated by death. Here's what I observed. First of all, he was really close by. I was able to hang out with him and interview him the entire evening and the next day, and he told me this. He said that he's not going anywhere. He basically said that he was going to be like an old ghost in the house until she's ready to leave her vessel, her body behind, because he wants to move and continue into that journey with her, together with her. So he said he was going to wait with her. He said he was resisting all of the beings and the angelics and everything that's trying to pull him into the light or into the reincarnation cycle or into whatever. He said he was like holding on to that house, sitting inside the house, following her around everywhere, and that is easy because he's connected to her still. When I went to the next level from interviewing him into observing the energetic connection, here's what I saw. I saw a Merkaba configuration, the geometric configuration of the Merkaba, where he was the triangle shining, there was him right here, and he was shining his light down onto her vessel. And she was on the bottom, on the tip of that triangle, but she was not able to shine that light back to him because she was so traumatized at that moment. I literally observed him holding that geometric shape of consciousness, of energy, over her, protecting her, following her, being connected with her fully as the part of the Merkaba configuration of the energies that they shared. They still share that. And when I was discussing it with her, she told me that they actually had a painting in the house that they always thought represented their connection. The painting is of the Merkaba, of two people, two geometric forms that create that configuration, the Merkaba configuration, their energy fields merging in that way, in that geometric space and geometric form. And so I observed that he was holding that over her, still there, and waiting until she recovers from that trauma of losing her so she can shine that back. But the connection did not go anywhere. I met with her later, and she shared with me that she's got like a funny poltergeist kind of going in the house, that objects are moved and things are just strange, you know, and he was very playful. He is a very playful soul, so she said that she's recognizing that it's him, just letting her know that he is right next to her, he's still with her. And then she also mentioned he was very stubborn, and so I observed that he's fighting off, or like pushing away all of the energies that are trying to pull him into reincarnation cycle or out of this plane, so that he could hold on and stay with her in that house, waiting for her until she's ready, so that they can do that trip together. This is exactly what he said to me. He said, I want us to take this trip together, so I'm waiting for her. And because there is no time in that dimension where he's at, or in that soul space, so for him it's just hanging out in the house. She started hearing his voice again in her mind, downloading the telepathic communication after just a few weeks. And now she feels that, or she knows that he is there now, and that connection is restoring itself on the energetic space, regardless of the fact that he is physically departed. But I can tell you guys, the love, the merge of the energy, and even the geometric configuration of the souls together is so visible and so obvious. Now that was a true twin flame connection. And yes, they had all of the symptoms that we know, telepathy during lifetime, right? And telepathy and great attraction to each other, and gazillion incarnations together, and remembrance from past lives, and great growth, and great expansion together, and that merge, which is not really the merge. You know, to us as humans here, from the linear perspective, it looks like a merge, but it's not a merge. It's just the, you know, two aspects of the same soul finally finding each other in two different vessels. And so it's just the oneness of that soul stream coming back together. And so this is the twin flame connection. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I cover a wide variety of subjects here. Thank you for tuning in today. I love you. Take care. Namaste.